Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Natalia, and today I'm going to share with you my trait that I consider my absolute superpower, more important than any specific investment strategy or budgeting trick. It's resilience. My life story is a bit of a roller coaster. I'm a mother and a career shifter who bravely or maybe foolishly, depending on the day, entered the tech world at 40. I moved across 4 countries, and throughout it all, one thing has been constant: the need to bounce back, adapt, and keep going, especially when it came to my finances. Why this mattered to me and you? Like many of us, I didn't get a financial education growing up in the Soviet Union. Money was often a source of stress and confusion. There were times when my parents felt completely overwhelmed during the Soviet Union collapse. Times they made big financial mistakes, and times I wondered if we'd get our heads above water. I learned from my parents that through every setback and every beginning, it's the ability not just survive financial hardships, but to grow stronger from them. So today I want to break down my top 5 reasons why resilience is not just nice to have, but an absolute necessity for anyone serious about building wealth and legacy, especially if your journey is not a straight line. Reason 1, surviving the ups and downs of immigration. Moving countries is a crash course in dealing with financial stress. You are constantly building and rebuilding. Every time you move country means you have to find new jobs and face the income gap during transitional periods. Learn entirely new policies, laws, taxation rules, bureaucracy, and maybe language. Drain your savings, often losing money to exchange rates and fees. This level of instability is a constant stress on your financial life. Without resilience, you'd stop trying. You'd keep everything in cash because unfamiliar systems feel unsafe. And quietly, inflation would eat your savings alive. My resilience is fueled by my goal: the financial legacy for my kids. The discipline of starting from scratch taught me that money is a tool, and the real wealth is in your ability to generate it, regardless of your location and circumstances. That is the essence of financial resilience. The real wealth is in your ability to start over. Reason 2, navigating economic storms. They will come. If there is one thing I've learned from living in multiple countries and navigating different economies, it's this: economic stability is an illusion. Losing a job, markets crash, inflation eats into your money's value. Geopolitical events can turn your financial plans upside down in a moment. Without resilience, tough times hit like a tons of bricks. People panic, they sell when everything's going down. What smart investors do: market drops, they don't freak out, they see a chance to buy at a good price or stick to their regular investing plan. Inflation spikes, they don't complain, they find ways to earn more, adjust their lifestyle, or look at investment that handle inflations better. Recession hits, they focus on building their emergency fund and keeping their income steady. Resilience is basically your financial superpower. It turns chaos into opportunity. Economic storms are inevitable, your reaction is a choice. Reason number 3, the real grind of shifting careers in your 40s. Changing careers as a mother, an immigrant working in a second language, and stepping into a demanding field like technology at 40, when society expects you to settle down, requires an extraordinary level of resilience. It asks for resilience you don't even know you have until you're forced to find it. Why is this relevant to wealth? Because earning potential is your greatest wealth building asset. When you realize your current career is limiting your ability to build the legacy you want, a lack of resilience will keep you stuck due to fear and comfort. I had to face a huge set of problems. The time problem. How do I learn a complex new skill with family responsibilities? Solution: I sacrificed evenings and weekends and forgot about work-life balance. Not because I wanted to, but because this was the only path available. I won't romanticize it, but I won't apologize for it either. The confidence problem. Fighting imposter syndrome and the fear of failing in a new, younger industry. Solution: I had to focus on small and measurable wins. The financial problem. Investing time and money into studying without immediate returns. Solution: I used my problem-solving skills to budget our lifestyle and treated my studies like a serious investment. That was the hardest season of my life professionally. Every confusing piece of code and documentation, every failed deployment, every moment of self-doubt was a push to quit. Resilience didn't make it easier, it made it possible. And because I stayed, my income potential grew exponentially, giving me the ability to save, invest, and finally think long term. Without that resilience, my financial reality would look completely different. Your greatest financial lever is your income. Don't be too afraid to pull it. Reason number 4, the grind of compounding. This might be the most counterintuitive reason, but hear me out. Building wealth through investing relies heavily on compounding. And compounding is fundamentally an exercise in endurance and resilience. True financial growth is boring. It happens slowly over decades. It means continuing to contribute to your retirement accounts when market is up and when it's down. It means sticking to your savings plan, even when there is a tempting new car or a bigger house. A lack of resilience often shows up as a lifestyle creep. Spending more every time you earn more instead of investing the extra. All or nothing thinking. Investing aggressively one year, then giving up completely the next one. Giving up too soon. You stop your contribution during tough times and missing out on growth. Building a legacy for my kids is what keeps me steady. It gives me the patience to stay invested and ignore the daily ups and downs. Compounding only works if you stay consistent. Keep investing, keep following the plan, and let the time do the heavy lifting. Resilience is the patience to let compounding work its magic. Reason 5, recovering from financial mistakes. Let's be real, if you were not taught about the money growing up, you are going to make mistakes, big ones. I certainly did, like taking out a loan with a bad interest rate, spending money on a lot of stuff that didn't add value by any means, or simply missing out on years of compounding growth because I didn't know how to invest. These mistakes can feel frustrating and you want to give up on your financial goals entirely. This is where resilience takes over. It transforms mistakes into learning. Every mistake is a lesson and resilience is your degree. For those of us building a legacy from scratch, every mistake is a chance to build a stronger foundation for the next generation. It's the lesson we teach them by example. Don't fear failure, learn from it and try again. So that's the takeaway. No matter if it's a market crash, a tough financial choice, recovering from a divorce, a career change at 40, or starting fresh in a new country, resilience is the foundation of the wealth we are creating for our loved ones. I'd love to hear from you. What's been your biggest financial challenge and how did you get through it?